Stop managing your Linux server like it's 1999. Today, I'm showing you 1Panel, which is a modern control panel that lets you deploy Docker containers, manage databases, websites, files, firewall, and much more. All from one beautiful web interface. As always, it's free and open source, and you are going to install it with one simple command. So without taking much of your time, let's get into it. Alright, this is my Ubuntu server. First thing we do always on a new Linux system is to check for updates. So type the following: sudo apt update, sudo apt full upgrade, yes. And it's done. So let's install 1Panel. Just type sudo and paste this command. And enter. Select your language. So I will go with one for English. The installation directory is OK. So it installed Docker Compose successfully. Now you have to define a port for 1Panel. Default is 25971. I will go with it. So enter. It created a firewall rule automatically. I am using uncomplicated firewall, so it added the rule. I like it actually. So we can access it from other devices. And here it's telling you the firewall isn't enabled. I will activate it later because I want to show you something. Now we have to define a secure entrance, which is like a small password that you have to add to your URL, only for the first time. So this one is OK for me. I will hit enter. Now for user creation, I will call my user small and create a secure password. OK, this is interesting. It was showing stars before, and now it's typing the password in plain text. But it's OK, I will change the password anyway. So now I will copy the URL. I want the internal one, so I will copy this, paste in the web browser, and enter. My username was small, and the password. And welcome to the dashboard. Here you have a small overview, so how many websites you have, how many databases, cron jobs, and applications. Right here you have some information about your resources, like CPU usage, memory, load, and disk space. And if you hover over CPU, let's say, you can see some information like CPU type, number of cores and logical cores, and CPU usage. The same for memory, load, and disk space. So here you have things like mount point, type, file system, and used space. On the right side you have some system information like hostname, operating system, kernel, architecture, local IP, and uptime. And down here you have some recommended applications to install. As you can see, there is like many of them. And on the left we have some network and disk monitoring. Now enough dashboard, let's go to the App Store. And these are the applications you can install directly from 1Panel. As you can see, you have things like Python, .NET, and Grafana here, Node-RED, Homepage, only Office. And if you see here, we have total of 163. Let's try to install something small. I will go with Nginx Proxy Manager. Let's call it npm. The version is OK and everything is OK, but I want to give it one CPU core and 1 GB RAM. And confirm. That good old red button. 99% of you haven't clicked on it. Make sure to do this, or I will call the boys. While it's installing, I will go to websites. And websites. Here you can see it's using OpenResty for websites, so I will go to install and confirm. OK, both in use, so I will go with 81.1. OK, now OpenResty and npm are running, so I will go one more time to websites and websites. And now you can create a website as you can see here. And if I go to certificates, here I can request, import, or create a self-signed certificate. Then we have AI here, so model. Here you can see it's using Ollama in the background, and you can install it directly from the App Store. I don't want to do this now, because I have a full video on how to self-host your own AI server. So I will go back, and here you have your databases. So here you can install MySQL or MariaDB and create some databases. I will install MySQL. Everything is OK, so I will confirm. And one more time. And now it's installed, so I will go to databases. And here I can just click on create database. I will call it LD. Password is OK and confirm. And my SQL database is now created. Here I can reset the password, change the permissions, make a backup, import data to it, or delete it. Then we have some containers here. And the good thing is, it also shows containers that was created outside 1Panel. So here I have my container as example, which was installed outside 1Panel. Here we can see its status, resources usage, IP address, published ports. We can open its terminal, logs, or Shanghai something I think. Let's try to click on it. And here we have some other options like edit, upgrade, monitor, rename, and things like that. You can also create some Docker composes here. And here you can see your images, networks, volumes, registries, templates, and some settings. Now let's go to System and Files. And here we have a very beautiful file browser. So you can see the permissions of this folder, the owner, group, size. When it was modified, you can open this and let's see what's under Shanghai. Okay, you can change the permissions, compress, rename, copy, open in VS Code, delete, or change attributes. Let's see what's under monitoring. Very fancy, just like expected. And terminals. Here you can connect to the terminal of your server directly, or you can connect to other servers. You also have some quick commands, which is like aliases I think. So you can say command name update and use the command sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade and confirm. Now if I go back to my terminal and hit plus, new connection, I will connect to the same server where 1Panel is installed on. So for address I will type 127.0.0.1, the username and the password. For title I will call it Snoop Dogg and let's test the connection. Okay, now I will hit save. And we are in. Now we can type some commands here, but this is not the one I want to show you. So I will delete everything. I will go to quick command select and update. As you can see, it typed the command we have defined under quick commands before. Let's go to firewall. Here it's telling you it already detected uncomplicated firewall, but the firewall isn't enabled. And that's why I haven't enabled the firewall before. So I will go to terminals one more time and type sudo UFW enable. Yes. Okay, now it's active. So I will go to firewall one more time. And as you can see, now I can manage the firewall from here. So I can create a firewall rule, TCP port 22. For source, I will select specified IPs. Here I will type the IP range of my network, /24. And for description, I will say allow SSH and confirm. And it's really that easy. Now let's see what under processes. These are all running processes right now. I can end processes or see some details. And under SSH settings, let's select all. Now you are seeing the SSH configuration file if you want to do this the hard way. Or you can go one more time to basic and change things like SSH port, listen addresses. If you want to allow root user to log in, you can also disable password authentication or key authentication, or you can disable using DNS to identify the connection. Now I will go to toolbox. Here you have some quick settings like DNS server, static DNS entries, swap partition, host name, password, NTP server, time zone, and the system time. You can also clean cache files. So you have options like system junk files, container trash. You also have supervisor here and virus scan using ClamAV. You can create FTP server and control fail to ban, which is disabled right now. You can also configure cron jobs, like you can say, I don't know, type shell and name 123, trigger every day at 2 o'clock and 30 minutes, and one more time every month, the third day of the month at 1 o'clock and 30. And here you can define your script. So I will say ls and confirm. So here you can see it's enabled now, and at this time it will do ls, nothing more. You can also trigger this manually. There is also some tools for the pro users. I'm broke, so I don't have this. Let's see what's under app. Looks like they have a mobile app, which looks like this. There is also web application firewall, website monitoring, site integrity, and panel settings. So just like some rich tools features like custom welcome message, custom logo, and custom website icon. Then you have the logs. This is the quick command we have created, the host we have created, the port rule, and the execution of the cron job. Then we have the login logs, nothing here, which is great, and some system logs. Then we have SSH login logs and website logs. And under settings you have things like security, backup account, you can create snapshots. Let's create a snapshot actually. For backup account I will go with server disk, and the download link is also server disk, and confirm. And it's done after about 20 seconds, so don't expect like full system snapshot, it's just a backup of the 1Panel data. And with one click you can recover the backup. And confirm. And look how fast it is. And just if you are curious, the Pro Edition costs $200, and if you want to pay yearly, it will be $6.67 per month. And here one more time, a quick comparison between them. In the Pro version you will get the smartphone app, web application firewall, site integrity, website monitoring, scheduled virus scanning, internet proxy mode, and some stupid things like custom logo, theme colors, email support, or priority service. And that's it for today. Now tell me in the comments, did you like this tool or are you like me? Because I think I will stick with Dockhand for now. And if you haven't watched the video of Dockhand, make sure to give it a shot. I will put it for you here. So just click on it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next time. Click on it.